Hi there, my name is Riva, and this is a short sequence that you can practice any time of day. We're going to start this practice lying on our back, so go ahead and find yourself on your mat. You can choose to keep your feet planted on the ground and your knees stretching up towards the ceiling. You could walk your feet to the outside edges of your mat and let your knees knock in towards each other. Or you could bring your feet together and let your knees come out to the side. And then options with your hands, you can either rest them down on the mat, palms facing down for grounding. You could place your palms facing up if you'd like to receive energy. And if you'd like to bring the awareness a little more internal, go ahead and bring your hands to your body, one on your chest and one on your belly. And we'll settle into practice with 3 deep breaths. Take a nice long inhale through your nose. Feel the breath stretch out your lungs, your ribs, your belly. Let everything lift and expand. Hold it. And then open your mouth and exhale. Release the breath. One more like that. Inhale through your nose. Nice and slow, steady breath. Pull the breath into your lungs all the way down to the lowest lobes. Hold your breath. Take another sip of air. And then open your mouth and exhale. Release. Relax the breath. One more final breath is a way to invite yourself into your yoga practice. Invite the breath into your body. Biggest breath you've taken so far. Feel your cells stretch. Your lung tissue stretch out to maximum capacity. Hold your breath. Make sure you're full of air. And then open your mouth and exhale. Release. And allow the breath to softly leave the body. And as you release the breath, just allow your body to relax down deeper and deeper into the ground. Imagine that your skin is falling away from the muscle. And your muscle is falling away from the bone. Check out your face. Make sure your eyes are soft, your jaw is relaxed. So yoga is a beautiful way to balance your energy. So whether you're practicing because you're feeling anxious or overworked, or if you're feeling depleted, if you're feeling a lack of energy, so this can be a great balance for both of those things. So if you'd like to set an intention for your practice, just a couple more breaths here to do that. And slowly, wherever you are, bring your feet to the ground as if you're setting up for bridge pose. Walk your heels pretty close to your hips. You might even be able to feel your heels with your fingertips. Now cross your right ankle over your left thigh. You can keep your left foot on the ground. Point your right knee away from you. Nice big stretch to the outer right thigh. Or you can gather your legs towards your body. Interlace your hands behind your hamstring or on top of your shin. Once you have the grips, shrug your shoulders into the ground, tuck your chin down, and as you pull your legs towards your body, roll your hips down at the same time. And then a little bit right knee away from you. We'll get a bigger stretch to the outer hip. Let's take 3 breaths here. See if you can relax a little bit into the stretch. So right away getting into a hip opening posture. Hips can be pretty tight, pretty sensitive. So just make sure you're taking care of yourself. Now plant your left foot back down on the ground. Interlace your hands and grab just below your right knee. Pull your right knee towards your right shoulder. So you can keep your grip on your knee right here. Bring your left hand behind your head. So we're going to do some core work next. Either keeping the grip on your knee, or you can move to half happy baby. Grab for the outside of your foot or interlace your hands around your your peace fingers around your big toe. You can keep your left foot on the ground or extend your left leg long. So lots of ways to practice this. We're just going to take 5 of these sit-ups here. So lift your chest, chin up towards the ceiling, lift your gaze, and then slowly lowering yourself back down. Exhale to slowly press yourself up. So keeping your chin lifted, your elbow nice and out to the side. Exhale, slowly lower down. Coming up slowly with your breath. So just moving as gently and as slowly as you can. That'll make sure that you're using your muscles rather than momentum. Let's just do 2 more. Make sure your face is soft. Your jaw is relaxed. Here's your last one. Hold at the top. Squeeze your belly button towards your spine. Lift your chest. And then slowly lower yourself down. Interlace your hands just below your right knee. Give your right knee a nice big squeeze towards your shoulder. And then take your knee across your body for a supine twist. I like to bring my left knee up underneath. You can stack your knees like this or keep your left leg stretched out long. Just kind of depends. This adds a little bit of extra support for the low back. And your hands can rest wherever they feel comfortable. Gaze at the ceiling or over your shoulder. Just depends on what you're feeling. Try to relax. Let the muscles soften here. Take another full round of breath. And exhale. So before we move to the other side, we'll get a little more core work in here. Interlace your hands behind your head. Elbows come out to the sides. Squeeze your belly button in. So remember, chest lifted. You're looking up towards the ceiling. Chin away from your throat. Use your exhale breath to lift. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Really squeeze. Go nice and slow. And lower. Lift it up. Slowly lower down. Let's go 2 more. Lift. Bring it down. Use your exhale to lift yourself up. And then with control, slowly lower down. Pause here before you move. And then guide your knees over towards center. Before we move into the other side, pull your knees into your chest and just gently rock from side to side. Plant your feet back down on the ground and take your left foot, your ankle, cross it over your right thigh. You can keep your right foot on the ground or gather your legs towards your body. Interlace your hands behind your hamstring or on top of your shin. We'll stay here for a few breaths, so settle in. Give your shoulders a nice snuggle. Make sure they feel even on the ground. A little bit of a tuck in your chin so the back of your neck gets longer. And then as you pull your legs towards you, see if you can slightly push your left knee away. So you're in control of the depth of the stretch. It can feel like a dull, achy sensation. You're kind of waking up deeper tissues. You're lengthening tight places. So just be really gentle, being really easy with yourself here. Relaxing your face, your jaw, your brow. Bring your right foot back down to the ground. We'll build the same thing on the other side. So first, interlacing your hands, grab your left shin, pull it towards your shoulder. So you can keep your left hand on your knee, bring your right hand down to the ground. Or you can bring your hand up to the outside of your foot. You can also wrap your peace fingers around your big toe. Keeping your right foot planted, or you could extend your leg long. So you're just kind of finding the depth of your pose. And then find your hand on the back of your head. So think about your chest being nice and open towards the ceiling, your elbow stretching out towards the side. Make sure you're not rolling to one side or the other. Even out the weight distribution. And then slowly use your exhale to lift your chest. So smooth and slow. So we have 5 of these. Just going at your own speed. Make sure you're keeping your chin lifted away from your chest. Make sure your elbow is nice and stretching out to the side, and you're continuing to pull your belly button towards your spine. So last two, nice and slow. The slower you go, you know you're really accessing your muscles, your deep core abdominal muscles here. There's your last one. Slowly lower down. Interlace your hands just below your left knee. Give it a nice squeeze. And then finding the supine twist, you can either keep your right leg straight or stack your knees and come over onto your right hip. Bringing your hands wherever they feel comfortable. You could cactus your arms. Looking over either shoulder might feel nice. Try to bring your body into the shape and then relax into the pose. So no more striving. You're just kind of receiving the effects. Find the back of your head, interlace your hands. We'll take 5 these side abdominal crunches here. So going on your own, nice and slow. Using your exhale to lift, so you're really squeezing, you're contracting your core here. And then lowering down with your inhale. Keeping your chest lifted. Try to keep your elbows out, your chin away from your chest. 2 more, nice and slow. And then when you finish, just relaxing in the twist. Pause here for a moment. And then gather your knees into your chest. We're going to come up into a comfortable seat, so take your time getting there. You can rock and roll up your spine. You could roll over to one side and press yourself up. And then sitting with your legs crossed and your eyes closed. Just sitting here for a moment, allow your sit bones to root down, your shoulders to relax down away from your ears. Feel the top of your head stretching away from your tailbone. So you're lengthening the spaces between your vertebrae here. Slowly flutter your eyes open. Let's work into the arms. Inhale your arms up over your head. Check out your lower abdominals. Make sure your ribs are still knit in. So you want to keep your abdominals engaged here. Pinky fingers spin towards each other to slide your shoulders down your spine. Take a big breath in. Exhale, eagle arms. Bring your right arm underneath your left. Option to grab for your shoulders, or if you can, cross at your forearms and wrap at your wrists. So if you're going for the hand grab, your thumbs are facing towards you and your pinky fingers facing away. Inhale, lift your elbows, lift your chin. Little bit of a back bend here, so you're arching your spine back. Exhale, round. Bring your elbows towards your belly button, chin to chest. Curl your spine. 2 more. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to round and squeeze it in. 1 more time. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, squeeze it in, curl, compress. Inhale, reach your arms up over your head. Exhale, side bend to the right. Bring your right arm down. Left arm stretches high up and over. Notice your left hip, roll it down so your seat stays even. You can keep your left arm extended or bend your elbow, grab the back of your head, and just allow the weight of your head to fall back. Noticing that nice big stretch along the inner arm, tricep, armpit area. Reach your arms up over your head. See if you can do it without bringing your hands down. So switch the crossing of your legs. Take a big breath in. Exhale, bring your left arm underneath your right this time. Remember, you can grab for your shoulders or cross at your wrists. Thumbs are towards you, pinky fingers away. Let's take 3 nice big inhale breaths. And then exhale to round. So we're finding this nice kind of rounding of the spine and extension of the spine. Inhale, lift your chin, your elbows. Exhale, belly to spine. Curl it in, squeeze it in. Last one, inhale, lift it up. So this is core work, and then you're also opening up through the shoulder girdle area. Exhale, squeeze, round your spine. Unwind your arms. This time, reach your arms up. Inhale, breath. Exhale, side bend to the left. So left hand down, reach your right arm high up and over. Roll your right hip down. You can keep your right arm extended or bend your elbow. Grab the back of your head and just let the weight of your head be heavy here. Through using just the weight of your body to do the work here. Inhale, reach your arms back up. Exhale, relax your arms down. So coming into tabletop position, find your hands in your knees. So you want to stack your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees here. So you're trying to lengthen your spine. Stretch the top of your head away from your tailbone. Belly button pulls in. Inhale for cow pose. Drop your belly. Lift your gaze. And exhale for cat. Press the mat away from you. Round your spine. Inhale for cow pose. Drop your belly. Lift your gaze. And exhale for cat. Press the mat away from you. Find a neutral spine. Bring your right foot between your hands. Right knee over your right ankle. Inhale to reach your arms up. Interlace your grip. Release your index fingers and cross your thumbs. So this is steeple grip, Kali Mudra. Find your right hip. Pull it back in line with your left. Push your right heel into the ground so both of your thighs are really engaged here. You want to feel the strength of your legs holding up the foundation of your posture. Take a big breath in, look up. And as you exhale, draw a line on the ceiling towards the back of the room. So coming into a gentle back bend here. You don't have to go super far. Continuously breathing in and out of your nose. Keep your core engaged, your legs engaged. One more big breath. And then exhale, rounding forward. Bring your fingertips to the floor right in front of your toe. And bring your forehead towards your knee. So try to push your fingertips into the floor to get your spine nice and round. Forehead towards your knee, chin to your chest, a little bit of compression in your throat. Try to stay calm in your breath. Release your steeple grip, hands frame your foot. Bring your right knee back in line with your left. Hands right underneath your shoulders, back into your tabletop. Inhale, cow pose. And exhale for cat. Come back to your neutral spine. Bring your left foot between your hands. Make sure your left knee is over your left ankle. Inhale your arms up over your head. Find your steeple grip. Interlace your fingers. Release your index fingers. Cross your thumbs. Find your left hip. Make sure it's in line with your right. Whoops. So you want to pull your hips in one line. Spine your inner thighs. Squeeze them towards each other. So really strong with the legs here. As you inhale, straighten your arms. Look up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, draw a line on the ceiling towards the back of the room. So your legs stay stable. You're arching your body back. So lifting as you come into the back bend. Nice and slow, nice and easy. Inhale brings you back up. As you exhale, round. Bring your fingertips to the floor right in front of your toes. Forehead towards your knee. So you're trying to push your fingers into the floor more to get a little more space into your shoulders and into the back of your spine. Take another breath here. And then as you exhale, plant your palms. Come back into tabletop position. Rock your hips back to child's pose. Toes touch. Knees come out to the side. Forehead to the floor. Stretching your fingers forward. Hips come back. So we'll move through a floor salutation here. First, we'll build it nice and slow, and then we'll move with the breath. Inhale, come up for a kneeling mountain. Come to standing on your shins and reach your arms up over your head. So you might want to take a walk to the back of your mat. We're going to be coming forward into a Cobra pose eventually. So you want to make sure you have space in front of you. So you're at the back of your mat. You're standing on your shins. Your knees are right underneath your hips. You can squeeze your glutes to kind of tuck your hips underneath you. Make sure your ribs are knit in so that your spine is stacked. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, gentle back bend. Open up your arms, peel your chest open, lift your chest and arch your body back. Continuously breathing in and out of your nose. Keep your chest lifted. You want a nice long line of energy in your spine here. Nice. On your next inhale, reach your arms up over your head. Exhale to bow. Bring your fingertips right underneath your shoulders. Forehead comes to the ground. Now as you inhale, rounding up, kind of coming up with your shoulders first. Reach your arms up over your head, pinky fingers in. 2 more times. Exhale, fingertips to the floor. Forehead comes down. Rounding up with your shoulders. Inhale, rise. Fingertips coming up. Exhale, bow. Forehead down. Fingertips down. Now look forward. Walk your hands forward, coming into melting heart. So forehead to the ground. Keep your hips high above your knees. You want active arms here, so your arms are above the ground. Keep your arms nice and engaged, and then shrug your shoulders back in line. Inhale, look forward to your hands. Exhale, slide forward onto your belly. So we're coming into Cobra Pose, Bhujangasana. Hands under your shoulders. You can choose to zip up your legs like a cobra tail or keep your feet hip width distance. Press your feet strongly into the ground so much that your kneecaps lift. Exhale your breath, forehead to the ground. Inhale, lift. Peel your chest forward, out, and up so you're lengthening as you move into the back bend. You can stay right here with your feet pressing down, or you can lift your legs and stretch your arms back, fingertips back, toes back. Stay lifted, stay breathing. Come up one more time. Inhale. Exhale, slowly coming down. Hands underneath your shoulders. Press yourself back to child's pose. So we're going to move through that 2 more times with the breath. Inhale, coming up to a kneeling mountain. Reach your arms up over your head. Exhale, gentle back bend. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, just one time. Bow, fingertips down, forehead down. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, arms forward, melting heart. Bring your forehead down to the ground. Hips stay high. Stay here for a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, look forward to your hands. Exhale, slither forward onto your belly, coming into Cobra Pose. Hands underneath your shoulders. Press your feet down. Exhale your breath. Inhale, lift. So staying in the Cobra or coming into the flying locust variation. We'll stay here. Stay with it. Inhale. And exhale. One more inhale. And exhale, slowly lowering down. Hands under your shoulders. Press your hips back to child's pose. So one more time, take it easy. See if you can make it super smooth. Inhale, coming up to standing on your shins. Reach your arms up. Exhale, back bend. Open up your chest. Inhale, kneeling mountain. Reach your hands towards the sky. Exhale, fingertips to the ground, forehead to the ground. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, walk your arms forward, your hands forward, coming into melting heart. Bring your forehead to the ground, hips stay high. Inhale, look forward to your hands. Exhale, come on forward to your belly, Cobra Pose. You can keep your hands underneath your shoulders. Exhale your breath. Inhale, lift yourself up. So staying here, you're wrapping your shoulders back or lifting your legs, stretching your arms. Stay with it. So even though your body's working hard, you're moving against gravity to stay lifted. Try to stay calm in your breath, calm in your face. One more big inhale. Exhale, slowly lower down, hands under your shoulders. Press it back to child's pose, hips to heels, forehead to the ground. Take a nice big breath in and a big breath out. Coming forward into tabletop position, moving into pigeon pose. So bring your right knee to the outside of your right wrist. And remember the shape that we did in the beginning of class, that the supine figure 4. So you can do that one if this one feels like too much on your knee. So before you come down, keep your hands right underneath your shoulders. Keep your chest lifted. Take a peek over your left shoulder. Check out your leg. You want to make sure your leg is parallel to your mat, so lengthen out your leg. And then look over your right shoulder. Notice how that rolls your left hip down. So you want to keep that action of the hip, and then just twist your torso back to center. So now your hips are even, your legs all lined up. From here, take a breath. And as you exhale, if you want to, you can come down to your forearms. You could come all the way down, maybe stacking your hands, making a little pillow for your forehead. So anywhere along the way that feels good for you. And remember, if this ever feels like too much, you can take that supine variation. And we won't stay here for too long. So try your best to relax where you can. and follow your breath. Use your next inhale to lift your chest. Slide your left knee in a little bit and then bring your right knee back. So you're coming back to your tabletop position. Stretch your right leg back and stick your right toes into the ground, and then take a few shifts forward and back. So this is going to bring some nice circulation and blood flow to the back of the knee. After that compression of the knee and the hip, this is helpful just to bring some fluid into the joints. Come back into your tabletop position. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So left knee comes to the outside of your left wrist. You can scoot your right leg back. Stay up high in your chest for a moment. Take a peek over your right shoulder. Make sure your right leg is parallel to your mat. You might need to tuck your toes and lengthen your leg. And then look over your left shoulder. Notice your right hip rolled down. So you want to keep that action of the hip and then bring the chest back forward. Now this is a great place to stay if you like, or you can come down any amount. Sometimes it's nice to use like a prop. You can use blocks or pillow, anything underneath your forearms or your chest. Maybe you want to come all the way down. And remember, you can use that supine version if this side feels like it is not happy. So you're always wanting to listen to yourself. Dull, achy sensation, normal. Little bit of uncomfortability to be expected, but if you feel pain, definitely do something else. Try to let something go, soften just one little tiny muscle. Hands come underneath your shoulders. Slide your right knee in slightly. Bring your left knee back in line, so you're coming back to your tabletop position. And then stretching your left leg back, stick your toes into the ground. A few shifts back and forth, just to get some blood flow, circulation. And are making our way down to our back. So coming onto your hands and your knees. So cross your shins behind you and then sink your hips back. Legs come forward, slide your seat forward, and then bring yourself all the way down to your backside. Bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself one big squeeze. Maybe taking a couple of rocks side to side, massaging your low back. Final compression, just kind of squeezing everything out. Tuck your chin a little bit, compression to the throat. And exhale, final Shavasana. Legs go long. Let your arms stretch out beside you. You can make this posture look like anything. If you want to grab a pillow for under your knees or your head, blanket, anything that could make this feel more supportive. Even though that was a quick practice, most of the stuff was kind of on the ground. There was still kind of moving energy around, getting blood flow, fluid movement, muscles, tissues, all that good stuff was affected. So we want to give the body a moment to soak that all in. And I'll let you know when it's time to come out. If you find yourself really distracted, if it's hard to just stay still, which I totally understand, it's really helpful to follow your breath. You can maybe even start counting your breath. Just see how high you can get to before you start thinking about something else. And maybe don't get super far, but just come back over and over. I'll let you know when it's time to come out. If you do have the time to stay and rest, then please enjoy your meditation. If you are ready to move on, just begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. You can even roll your head side to side, massaging your skull. And then making your way up to a seat. Take your time, no rush. Sitting with your legs crossed and your eyes closed. Allow your hands to rest on your lap. And for the second time in this practice, sitting in this position, you might notice it's a little bit different. So noticing on an energetic level, is there any shift, any change than when you first came to your mat? Bringing your hands together at your chest, Anjali Mudra, as a way to honor the practice, honor each other, honor the space. Thank you for taking the time out of your day for yourself. I hope you have a wonderful day. Namaste.